I just barely managed to not get that last bit recorded. I actually meant to record it, but it was I was too slow.
Well, as a recap, Liz is totally insane. And doesn't understand how government works.
I'm fine. I got all the way up here. I have a driver's license my whole adult life.
Talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I change something
You
up.
absolutely have had a driver's license because you brought one up from Texas.
No, that's one of their things. It's like, well, you don't have to have a license to travel the highways of America. And it's like, no, but you do need one to operate a vehicle on those highways. So a lot of times, people who like follow the sovereign citizen ideology.
Oh, okay.
Will be like, well, licenses are unconstitutional.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I didn't realize you were doing it, Bill. I thought you were trying to tell them that you've never had a
No,
driver's
I haven't.
license.
I
Yes, you absolutely have.
Since I was 16, yes. I will always have it. Okay. I haven't always had a car, but I have had a driver's license.
Oh, let's see here. I have really taken the recording up a notch, at least in my opinion. And I needed to do just one thing, but I needed all of us to be in the call in order to do it. And so now it's perfect.
Oh, well, what Soundtail? How do I get to that again?
You installed it on your PC.
Oh yeah, I did.
You have it on your phone.
Ooh, what colors do I want?
Okay. Yep, and I posted the room number for Soundtail in the chat. Come in the desert moods. There we go.
This is the way.
We want mountain.
Oh, this one's nice.
That's very purpley.
Compared to this one?
You're right. The other one's more purpley.
I still think forest is nice.
No, it's got color green. You can't have the same Discord. That's too weird.
All right, guys. Do I sound a little quiet to you with this mic level?
Yeah.
Just a touch.
Okay. I need to turn it up because it was way too quiet last time.
Oh, that you're getting there.
Is this better?
Much better. Yes.
Thank you. That's
okay.
Actually nice.
We're gonna go with that.
Just at the level where, like, if it was you yourself, you were fine. But if we were all excited and talking about something, we were never gonna hear you. Put this in the freezer.
Perfect. Okay, and I've adjusted my noise gate, so hopefully the furnace doesn't come through again today. We'll see.
I didn't notice it last time.
Okay, good.
Or like, at least like I don't think I noticed it until you pointed it out. I don't think.
Here's the real test. If I eat this potato chip.
Nice.
Oh, that's impressive.
That is impressive.
All right, I think that potato chip test was all I needed to get back into some Dungeons and Dragons, Dance Tomb of Annihilation, where nothing follows the rules.
Come down a little bit more because you're getting hot when you get louder.
Okay.
You're good.
I got a microphone test for you, Dan. Tell me if you can hear this.
Okay.
I don't think you can.
Oh yeah.
I heard that.
Okay.
And I think I know what it was, but I'm not going to say anything.
The lighter flick, it didn't happen. You gotta go full Little Wayne.
Welcome back to Dan's Tomb of Annihilation, where he ignores the rules in the book, except for a couple details, strings the story along, especially when it doesn't make any sense anymore because of all the additions he has made. The intro becomes more and more different every session. Last week, we left off with you on your way to Mbala, which I have also heard some other DMs call Mabala, but I think Mbala is easier to say. I don't know about you.
I like Mbala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you were on your way to Orolunga, I think, if you wanted to go past Mbala, you wanted to go to Orolunga. That was something that Raka had talked to you about. But
yeah,
does anyone want to recap the 2 or 3 little things that happened last session?
I remember that we decided to, despite giving to the general guy, we did hang back and like make extra boats that Keegan could use to take the wounded soldiers back to Yanbaru with him.
That's right.
So we ran into some ogres or something. We killed one with a bunch of arrows to the back.
And we almost... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we almost killed that other guy who was with them named
Ardvid. Yes.
You almost killed my NPC.
He decided to go home, or we let him go. I don't think we fired him.
No, we told him to go to the Kinku tribe if he needed somewhere to go.
That's what we told him to do. And then the last ogre he was with was killed by a bunch of frost giants who were looking for a ring of winter and the artist's ember, which that'll probably never come up again.
There should be a C in front of that ember, so it says Simber with a C, just so you know.
The artist's... Wait.
Artist Simber. Yeah, it kind of blends together a little bit.
Huh. Okay. There are Terra folk at Mbala, which are like pterodactyl people who look like Palpatine.
I don't know how they look like Palpatine. I didn't see it.
The hunched with the close.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes. That.
I imagine they would sound like Palpatine. Scratchy boys.
Probably.
I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Well, I think I'm forgetting a whole lot of stuff, but nothing that's...
At some point, we made it to the top of a hill, like a vantage point, some reason.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we had gone up at least one level of the plateau.
That's right.
You guys climbed up it with the rope, and I led the animals up the long way, but somehow, because I'm awesome, made it there before you guys. We are one and the same during game time. So
interesting. I apparently accidentally shifted the map, like way off of the grid, a while back.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I'll have to fix it later. Tonight is not the time.
It looks normal now. It looks good now.
It's a little off. I mean, honestly, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah,
it's workable. Yeah,
like you can still see all the areas we're in. So.
Yeah, so I updated the map a little bit, by the way. So I marked where your first encounter with the Emerald Enclave was, where the Adder Cave is, Toasty Bear Cave, the Cyclops, Thrond, Kermit, the Kenku tribe, the Ogres, and then we've got the red X, which is where the Ogres were. Green X is where the Emerald Enclave Party 2 was. And the blue X is where you just left off. So I have a handout for you that I'm going to show. It's not a map, so you're not going to be able to draw on it. But this is a visual representation of what Raka has described the general area to look like, and I'm calling it Greater Mbala. So anything in gray is something that's just you don't know what's there. But
Okay.
that tan,
Pretty good area.
yeah, that tan is the plateau. That light blue dashed line is his suggested route that you take if you want to get to Orolunga, which is where he said there might be treasure.
That's right.
Who doesn't like treasure?
I mean, I love treasure.
I'm just playing.
I'll have yours then, don't worry. You guys heard it.
Heard what?
She said she didn't like treasure, and I'm going to take her half now.
No, I
Or
never
her
said
third
that.
now. She said you guys all watch the recording. Busted.
Well, it's you guys made it up about 50 feet up into the air on this really, really tight switchback at the end of last session. And that was where we stopped. And it's safe to say by the time you made it up there, it was definitely evening. Night was falling. Unless you wanted to do anything, I'm just going to assume that you made camp.
Yeah, make camp.
I would probably.
There is. I do what? What's the thing we can? No, there it is. No, give me a second. Where is this? Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem at all. Night falls. Let's have some perception checks to start us off. Or whoever wants to be standing watch. We'll just go with our normal 3 watches for the night.
For sure, we're
I can stand watch.
perception, and I'll stand watch.
It was
too.
almost a 4, but now it's an 18.
Oh wait, nope, just a 3. I saw your 22, and I was like, oh, and then I was like, well, never mind. Nope, I'm a 1. So that's the 3 for my perception.
22.
6.
All right. Nothing of note in for most of the night, though. Petal, when he took his turn to stand watch, he heard a couple sounds in the distance. Now, I'm going to try playing something here. I don't know how loud it's going to come through, but it's not supposed to be super loud. So I apologize if it is. This is way off in the distance. Did that come through at all?
A little
No?
bit.
A little
I
bit?
didn't hear anything.
Never mind.
Okay.
I thought I heard like a scratching sound. I go, wow, wow, wow.
I heard that too. I thought that was somebody chewing.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
1 second here. Okay. Well, it's safe to say that didn't work like I thought it would. You hear you hear the sound in the distance, quite similar to that large pterosaur that you heard a few nights ago that flew overhead and stole that goblin.
Oh.
It's just off in the distance.
Okay, lovely.
Yep. That brings you to the morning. And all of you have had, well, do a really easy constitution roll just to see how well you slept through the night.
Constitution saving?
Not just straight constitution roll just
okay.
to see. You guys have been sleeping on bare rock pretty much. And
15.
2.
all right. Elvira, you managed to wrap up your traveling cloak or whatever you had as a garment and make a pretty decent pillow. So you got a good night's sleep. You're feeling pretty well rested. But the rest of you, not so much. This every time you turned over there was like a sharp rock underneath you or something, and the constant concern about whether or not you would roll a little bit too far and go right off the edge was maybe keeping you awake a little bit longer than you'd hoped for. But you're awake the next day. If you
There was
haven't,
nowhere to hang my hammock, and so I had to sleep on the ground, and it was awful. Go back to the jungle. This place sucks.
How in the world do I do long rest on mobile? I have no idea.
Long rest.
I need to give my characters a long rest. Well,
I don't know how to do it on mobile, actually, now that I think about it.
oops. Hang on 1 second while I find out. Because that's going to affect them. They each have 1 point of exhaustion. And I want to get rid of that. What are your plans for the day? Raka is... He is cooking breakfast for you.
Ooh.
I was just going to have a good berry.
Cast it last night.
Assuming I have the spell slots, which I almost always do. I always make 10 good berries the night before because they last for 24 hours, and then I take my long rest. So I get the
That's good thinking.
Is there any like wood around? Like wood? Man, my brain is not. I need more arrows. I need wood to make arrows. I can make up to like.
If you advance further up, there are some bushes, some very hardy bushes that are growing out of the side of the cliff.
Okay.
You could definitely cut it off with like a hand axe or something if you spent a couple minutes.
Okay.
By the way, this is more for me than for you, but I made like a little paper clock so I can like actually remember what time it is in the day.
Nice.
So I'm going, every time you do something that's time sensitive, I'm going to advance the clock a little bit. So that's going to help me keep track of everything. So time matters a lot more now that I have a way to track it.
That's cool. I like that.
Hopefully it'll work.
Tell me if it's too clunky, because I think that would be a fun thing to try for my hex crawl.
Cool, I will. It means that I'm going to probably have to pay a little more attention to like how long certain actions take. Let's say if you wanted to cut out some wood from a woody bush, it'd probably take you about 15 minutes. Just because it takes a while to hack and slash and then break off some of the small twigs and get some nice long branches, and then at some point later it might take you about an hour to actually form them into slender shafts using your carving tools.
Yeah, I can do it as part of a short rest. I can make up to 10 as part of a short rest.
Okay. Let me know when you want to take the short rest, and then you can do it then.
Okay.
But for now, you have some rough rods made of some sort of tough bush in your pack. I'm gonna move you here. You're probably not gonna see anything at first. I think all you'll see are your characters in a little black box, and that's how it's supposed to be once this comes up. So Raka goes, "Rah! You must be careful when climbing the switchback going further." He's finally developed his own voice. So he speaks as if a raven were to speak. I've decided I'm going to try to commit to a voice for him here. How many of you have been adventuring in mountains before?
I used to live in mountains, like in a mountain range. No, we're not getting. I'm from the mountains.
Okay.
I would say I've fairly been to mountainous regions.
All right. How about Guy?
Nope, he is a plain boy.
All right, so anything that takes specific information of mountains, you're going to probably have a disadvantage on that check there, Guy, just because you haven't been there. Now, some of you have favored terrains. Does anyone have mountains as favored terrain?
I have jungle.
Okay.
I don't think I would have gotten favorite terrain.
Terrain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a ranger's thing.
Okay. Well, I have to check either way. Okay, so we have climbed up out of the jungle at this point, so it's going to be a little bit more foreign to you there, Pebble.
Right.
Let's move you to where I want you to be. Oops. I'm going to leave the pets aside for a moment. I'll move them here in a second.
Okay.
Oh, I grabbed Tavoke instead of Pebble. All right, same general rule of thumb applies. Just try not to move more than what would be reasonable based on your movement speed. You find yourself on a slightly widening portion of the... Oh, I put you on the wrong one. Hang on a second, my bad. This is a two-part map. I put you on the wrong part. There we go. There we go. All right, you find yourself on a wider portion of the path. It's not as rocky as before. It's definitely not as steep either. And you started noticing it for a little while, but it's become a lot more apparent. There is this weird kind of shimmery ooze that's forming a not so straight line on the ground that moves ahead of you. In fact, the further you've gotten up, as you walk over it, you notice it's a little bit sticky and it's kind of slimy in texture. That brings you to where you are here.
Can I make some sort of, I don't know, investigation check maybe to try to determine what that is? Because, you know, we've run into some fair creepy critters in our day, and I want to make sure. I think that's something I would definitely investigate. Strange slime trail. Is it monster spit? What is this?
I would like to roll survival to attempt the same thing.
All right.
Natural 20. For 21 in total.
Dirty 20.
For an investigation check. It looks very comparable to like a snail trail, except just really big.
Okay.
The odd thing about it is it's further back. Different in earlier portion, it looked like it had kind of hardened over and almost created like a crystalline structure instead of a slime.
Oh, I'm gonna go get me some of them crystals.
Crystals?
I want to check the list of alchemy reagents and find out if giant snails or giant snail slime crystals are on that list. Either way, I'm pretty sure somebody will buy these crystals off of me.
Let's see. With what am I trying to say here? I'm losing the words. With the advantage of having Volo's Guide to Monsters and looking it up, you do find that there are multiple varieties of giant snail that are known to live in the jungle and the surrounding areas.
Okay.
At least a few of them have magical properties to certain components, certain parts of them. You're not sure if this is one of those snail varieties. You also know that some of them can be quite dangerous.
Good to
but
know.
That the trail is, let's see here. The trail from this one seems to indicate it's probably one of the more dangerous snail varieties. It's definitely a giant in size compared to the smaller cousins.
Does bonus guiding monsters indicate like value? Like, is one of these dangerous snails like particularly prized as like a live specimen to harvest anything, or like is this like, oh, we want its magical tentacle that you have to kill it and cut off type of thing?
There's at least one variety in there that has value both living or dead.
Okay.
And it's in question whether or not alive or dead is more valuable. There aren't any certain gold piece, price, like costs or values associated to anything, but it's certainly worth investigating if you're a capitalist sort of folk.
Well, Pedal's all about that coin, so I will quickly clue in the rest of the party.
One more detail for. Oh, sorry.
Go, hit me with it.
The trail seems to have dug into the ground a little bit, as if it's kind of like absorbed some of whatever was traveled over, and that's all.
Definitely got to pick up some of these crystals. Somebody will pay for these.
As you're looking at the crystals and such, when you're like tapping it with a little object, it goes tink tink. It's hard as glass.
Nice. Okay. I'm pretty sure an alchemist will do something with this. And I'm gonna like break a big chunk off and like put it in my bag.
The guy's gonna do the same.
Okay.
We got to figure out we got to get up there, figure out what kind of snail this is, because some of them are worth a lot of money. Now,
go ahead and add to your pack 1 pound of snail trail shards. We'll call it.
Snail shards.
Oh my gosh! Add custom item.
We are always adding custom items in this game, but I love it.
Add custom item number 23.
What is it? Snail
trail shards.
Snail trail shards. Are they any specific color?
They are a crystal. They're like diamond. They're see-through.
Okay, so they're clear.
They're clear as glass.
Okay.
But they have a nice sparkly sort of quality to them, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely slipping that in some of Sharkan's saddlebags.
Let me check something real fast.
All right, guys, listen. It's really important we don't kill this thing right away, because some of them are worth more alive. So let's try to tame it. Elvira, I think you're good at that.
Yeah.
You want to help?
I think that could be fun.
Could be worth a lot of money.
That's good.
All right.
How are we gonna move this thing around though, especially if it's a dangerous kind?
Well, we're gonna tame it.
And then what if its goo is dangerous?
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Well, we're here. As I look down at the goo trail.
I'm with Elvira. If we tame it, right? Because then we're gonna have to bring it with us. And this is just my opinion from what I know from like the tiny little snails back home. They're not known for speed.
What if we can sell it? What if we can sell it in Mbala?
Well, then we'll just leave it here so it can make more snails and do the nature thing, and we'll come back to this spot and we'll get
do the nature thing.
Like procreate and live in their environment and be happy and make tons of sludge, of goo.
Snail children.
But if it's valuable, I say we kill it. If it's valuable, we can sell it and harvest it.
And Winston's gonna carry this?
I mean, how much of it are we gonna need, right? Like, let's figure out what the valuable bits are, but like...
Yeah, it can't be that big.
Right, like I get
All
it,
right,
big
you're right.
snail,
Let's
but like,
give it
come
a
on,
shot. Let's give it a
it's not
shot.
gonna be.
I don't want to chop a snail and pack it on them. Because that's ridiculous.
Oh, like
if it has like one valuable piece, we'll take it.
Okay.
Pedal, I have heard in some place, I've heard around Nyanzaru, I don't know if you can verify this, but I have heard in some places they actually eat snail as like some sort of delicacy or something.
I think they eat regular like sea snails. I don't know if they eat giant magic snails. And I mean, I'm an adventurous eater.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about eating giant magic snails.
Escargot?
Like, if somebody
Away?
else did it in front of me and didn't die, or at least hallucinated really good, maybe then.
Fair enough. Didn't know if you'd be interested in that.
As you advance further along this little portion, you run into a spot that has a major collapse. There was a rock slide that happened here. And Pedal, it's right in front of you. There's a portion that looks scalable that's only blocked by a downed tree. One might guess it came from up top, probably, as there's no other trees on this side of the pathway. It probably fell down and caused a lot of the rock slide. It's the only portion that seems like it would be easily climbable. The rest of it, you could perhaps climb it with a little bit of effort. Let's have a survival check to see if you catch any more than that. Okay. Anyone who's interested, but Guy would have disadvantage because he's never been to the mountains before.
Let me go survival check 1 second.
15. Also, I'm following the snail trail, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it actually goes up and over the rocks, so it goes nearly vertical in some spots. 10.
Oh.
Okay.
How does 10 do me?
Let's see here. Well, that's about all you recognize. It seems like the log is probably the only suitable place for you all to climb. And part of the reason for that is there's a lot of loose rock that could fall and really hurt someone. Mm-hmm. So unless you want to really risk it, that log is like the only way across. And you're going to have to climb up several feet in order to get over it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the way I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna try and do it while avoiding the snail trail.
Mm.
Unless it's like dry. Is it dry?
Yeah, it's pretty sticky here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and avoid it.
Does it look like the snail trail has like sunk into the log or the rocks in the same way as it has down the other path?
Anything it's touching, it seems to have receded into. You ever seen those downed logs when you're out in the forest and they are missing the bark, and you see the little trails through the wood from the tree beetles?
Mm-hmm.
Zach knows what I'm talking about. That's kind of what it's like.
I don't think I've ever... No,
little grooves. Little grooves, yeah. It's I don't know how to explain it if you've not seen it before better than that, other than it's like these little grooves that kind of snake through the wood. That's what's happening here, but on a bigger scale in whatever surface it's touching.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to scale this, let's just get an athletics or acrobatics check. I don't really care which. Your choice.
Natural 1.
4
and 8. 4 and 8, but still natural 1.
That 22 is going to be a good one. Would you roll for Elvira too if she wants to do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which is better? Athletics is 0, acrobatics is +1. Okay. No. Roll it. 15 for 15. Elvira.
Nice. All right. Elvira, it takes her a moment to find some handholds. She grabs onto a couple mushrooms at first, and they break off. She kind of gets in her face a little bit, spitting out this sod or not sod, this dirt and soil that got in her mouth, and she finds a way up. Guy clambers up with ease, which is impressive considering the weight he's carrying and his armor and his gear. You all of a sudden became quite the acrobat. Petal, on the other hand, he gets up to the top and he grabs a hold of what looks like it would be a really solid handhold off of an old branch, probably an old limb, and he grabs hold of it, and he unfortunately has to take his other arm off of wherever he's holding and really heave on that one handhold, and it breaks and he falls flat on his back. You just get the wind knocked out of you. And then
go on without me. I'm not gonna make it.
He very dramatically gives up, and we bring in the new replacement character. After that, you know, a little bit of struggling, your friends help you up. You make it up to the top. Maybe it was that bad night of sleep. It might have made more difference than you otherwise thought.
As friends, can we just never talk about this again? Thanks, guys.
Talk about what?
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you.
I saw nothing.
It's true friendship is what that is.
Raka climbs up right after you. He's a little bit more graceful, but he's still a little bit awkward as he's a bird folk. He's supposed to have wings. And he says, this would be a lot easier if I had wings. Climbs up on top. Let's see if you guys see anything. Do some perception for me, please, if you'd like. Totally your choice.
All right. I had a dirty 20.
Nice.
I had an 8.
Raka gets a 13. Cassandra, who is not up there yet, is not going to roll. She's taking her time getting up top. You see the trail goes off to the left, and there is a large, hulking, blue, yellow, and red-colored snail. But it's not your normal snail. It is one with tentacles on its head. Ones that move slightly like this. Anyone want to do... actually...
Can I get it?
Let's get a wisdom check from whoever is closest.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
I would say, could I make
Should
it? Yeah, actually, you
Where is
should. Do
wisdom? Oh, up here.
it. Could I make it at advantage because I've been looking up snails recently for this exact purpose of identifying them?
Sure, that is very fair.
Well, still only.
I literally rolled 7 twice. Both die were 7, so that'll be an 8 for me, guys.
Did Elvira do it too?
Yeah, I only got a 5.
Wow, we some dumbs.
This doesn't seem to be matching the description of the one you thought it might be from the book. So you're not sure how to handle this one.
$?
Let me see here.
I can. Sorry, y'all.
How close? What do you do when you see it? 'Cause you're at this point. Petal is. We're gonna round that to 15 feet away.
Guy does not at all like that there's an asymmetrical amount of face tentacles on it. Why aren't there 3 on one side and only 2 on the other? It doesn't make sense.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
No.
I mean,
You were doing a fantastic job.
You were doing a fantastic flail snail.
Yeah, I'm mocking the game art. The game art, because the game art has
It turns very, very slowly to face you, and it reaches out with one of its tentacles, and it gets within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Guy's gonna take out his fire sword and kind of like try and not slice at it, but like put the flat of the sword up so that if it reaches any further, it's gonna like touch the flat of the sword. I'm trying to ward it off with the heat.
Okay. Okay, 2 things happen. First, its tentacle reaches the aura of your flame, and it reacts not at all to the flame. And then it touches your sword, and the flame goes out.
Guys, it ain't my magic sword.
And then it brings its tentacle back,
Fireball real quick.
and your flame comes right back on.
Nobody do anything. Nobody do anything. Everybody be cool.
Snail. It's a giant magic snail.
Okay, you look up in the book. Look up in the monster book. Which snails turn magic powers off? There can't be more than one of them. I'm gonna try to not get eaten. I would like to make an animal handling check with all of my soul to befriend this magic cancel snail.
Or can
I am looking. Investigation to look in the book. Or...
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to mention this would be an. I forgot what I was gonna say. I can't remember. It was something important. I'll remember later.
Must not have been that important.
Can Elvira, with her nature skills, can we work together to try to like engage with this character? Like, can I give her advantage?
Can I use my nature roll to try and find foods that it wants to eat?
I think yes to both of those. Yeah, that's fine. Both of those are fine. What was I gonna say?
Nature is 21. I find all the leafy greens on the forest floor I can.
Not only that, you find out as it slightly shifts its weight that it is basically consuming the ground underneath it as it slithers around. It's like it's kind of like a big vacuum.
Don't let it run over you then. Good to know. Good to know.
I kind of gathered that when you mentioned that there was like a piece of the ground gone, like it had gotten whatever, taken whatever it went over with it. And I was like, well, if you were laying down, my ADD brain, like, well, if it hit you like the trains, you'd be missing your whole sentence.
Did I find anything with my 11 investigation check?
Remind me what you're looking for again.
I'm looking in the book for a snail that matches the description of that one.
It's a little difficult. This chapter that Volo wrote is not as complete, but he mentions he makes mention of a flail snail that he's heard tell of. He hasn't seen it. There's a quick sketch. It's not perfect representation of this one, but it looks similar enough. He says that it may have some sort of ward against magic naturally.
Okay. That sounds powerful and useful for someone like myself. Can I ride around on a flail snail? Is that gonna? Can we do this, guys?
Oh, you were gonna do an animal handling check. Did you do that already?
No.
I kind of want to know how that comes out if you do it.
All right, let me do that.
What is an animal handling? Let's see here.
That'll be 17.
It's a wisdom. I'm just gonna do a contested wisdom roll. Let's see. It got a 2. I'm not gonna say it's immediately successful, but it's promising. How do you go about it though? You're just walking like over there?
I'm gonna like hands up, like very relaxed, like hands up, like kind of approach it. I'm gonna let it like if it like puts its tentacle, I'm gonna let it like poke me with its tentacle as long as it doesn't like do damage. I'll like kind of like I'm not a threat. I'm not. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna try to approach it and like either like just kind of like get a better look, see what's going on, and I'm gonna be like shouting stuff at guy like reddish blue red shell. I don't know if that's a color, but blue red shell. Yellowish greenish underbelly thing as
Okay.
I'm like
Flail snail. So this chapter is incomplete. Man, what were we thinking when we bought this book, guys?
flail snail. See, that sounds dangerous. That
Yeah.
sounds like I've been hit with a flail recently from a trap, and it was awful.
I was thinking like a flailing around like those guys.
Everybody do the flail snail. Oh man. I'm glad
anything about like valuable parts, or is this one of those like better alive, harvest alive scales?
No, you definitely want the shell. It's extremely valuable. It doesn't have a value set to it, but the shell is ludicrously valuable.
Extremely valuable and ludicrous value are some of my favorite qualities in a random item. So now I'm gonna like, okay, I'm gonna try to back off so that I can like we are no longer trying to be friends.
Right.
Yeah, we're just trying to like take advantage of our newfound friendship to get into an advantageous combat position. Because I mean, it is end of the day, it's a big snail.
Let's have another animal handling check from you because you've been kind of engaging with it. Let's see if your further engagement is still
5.
Wow, it rolled a 6. As you turn to walk away, it takes one of its tentacles out and it kind of bats you on the back of the head and it deals just like 2 bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay, that's fine.
And then it turns and it starts very slowly moving towards the rest of the party.
Are the tentacle or whatever that Petal just got hit with, is it like a spiky kind of pain? It's called a flail snail, right? So are the flails or whatever on the ends of its tentacles like hard, or is it like rubbery, or how does
No, it was definitely hard and not spiky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like bludgeoning damage, not piercing damage.
Yeah.
If this thing could let out a sound, it probably would have by now, but its mouth is non-existent. This thing has like eye stalks, and then it has the flails, and then the rest of it is like this slimy, gross, like almost the consistency of Jell-O and type of body structure. It's very... Yeah. Yeah, it slowly starts inching towards you, and I'd say its intentions are less than peaceful.
All right. Well, I would like to roll for initiative because I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Yep.
I'm also going to roll for initiative.
Yep.
All right. Let's add you to the order. To Vogue. I'm sorry. Oh wait. There we go. Go ahead and add your turn in Roll20 as you roll it, or your initiative. I mean.
No, why did it keep going back to 0? It does not like me changing my initiative.
You gotta press it. You gotta press enter before he adds a new person.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Is that why? I haven't experienced that for
Yeah, it
reasonable
stops
reasons.
us It stops us
Yeah.
from typing every time.
Okay, now question before we enter combat for real. Are Sharkan and Warbeak, Queen Warbeak, are they participating?
No, on Queen.
No, it's gonna take us a little while to get Sharkan up. Well, actually, he's a tiger. No, it's not.
He could probably leap up there.
Nah. Well, he can hang out. Him and Queen can hang out. We're gonna take care of this guy. I don't know what kind of tricks he's got, and I don't want Sharkan to get caught in the crossfire. I know he's a big, tough tiger, but still.
Okay. I need to roll initiative for my characters, and then we can get started. 12 for Raka.
23.
I might not be familiar.
Get in there.
And then Cassandra gets a 13. Not too bad.
I don't know. What'd you get? You got 11?
Yeah.
Flail Snail gets a 16. Isn't that cool battle music?
Ooh, I forgot to do the music.
Oh, you forgot the music. The number is in the group chat for you. 49749, I think it is. All right, we have our initiative starting with Petal, which is no surprise. Did I misspell your name in here?
Did you? I don't think so.
No, I didn't. I thought for sure for a moment there that I did. I may have also just accidentally booted up Skyrim because I hit the wrong button. So double check and make sure I didn't just open up Skyrim by accident. No, it looks fine. Yeah, I'm done with D&D. Let's play some Skyrim. All right. Petal is first. Now, Zach, I like how you were okay with us deferring and switching up our initiative in the Star Wars game. I'd be willing to do that in this game, too, if you guys want. You could trade places of order, because I don't see a problem with that.
Okay.
So just throwing that out there. If you like the idea, go for it. If not, that's fine.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna take my first shot at it. I'm gonna leave Tavoke there. I'm gonna walk over here. And I'm gonna take my first shot. Does a 14 hit?
No. The arrow clatters off of the hard snail shell.
Ruh-roh. Alright, attack number 2. Go! Does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
Alright, guys, I suck this turn. Tavoke! Attack!
I'm gonna yell out, Petal, if I get done with this and there's no wine in my jug, I'm gonna be real upset. Considering that you're drunk. From your shots there.
That's a
Like, if I find out.
joke.
Somebody laugh.
Was that another attack roll?
Yeah, so, no, +6, so 18 for Tavoke.
Okay, that does hit.
That hits, great. 1d6 piercing damage.
Okay.
2 piercing damage.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh no, it was 1d6 plus. Was it +1? Please don't be +1. +3, so 4 piercing damage. Sorry.
Okay. Not bad. He comes by on the ground and he takes a bite at the snail. Unfortunately, he comes back with like all kinds of stringy, gooey stuff attached to his mouth. Maybe not the most appetizing. Maybe go for a swipe attack instead of a bite next time, Tavoke.
Nah, Tavoke, Guy says they eat these in some places. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, but did they eat these ones?
Oh, he doesn't have any other attacks. Just bite.
Oh, he does have that fire damage reaction thing.
Oh, but that's only when another creature within 30 feet hits.
Oh, right.
Okay. Well, then the flail snail is going to react. It's going to make a multi-attack against you.
Against me?
Yes.
I didn't even hurt it. Why? This is uncalled for.
Well,
I did not even hurt it.
It has advanced like 4.5 feet. Or something like that, something silly. It's slow. Actually, it can't even reach. Oh, no, it can reach you, Petal. It's got long tentacles. All right, get ready for. I need some more d20s. Does 19 or a 13 hit?
Just the 19.
Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, and... Oh, I forgot he has a +5. Okay,
well,
so two of them hit you.
Yeah.
That's not so bad. Let's see. Alright, he's going to do... 11 bludgeoning damage to you as he smacks you on the head twice. Cluck, cluck!
Alright, man, that's enough of that.
Petal, stay over here so I can use my shield.
But see, then my only place I go is over the cliff, and that's just not an option.
That's the end of its turn. It's used up its movement speed. It's used up its actions. Moving on to Cassandra. Who's like, ain't having any of that. She's going to cast Frostbite. But little did she know that she is using magic against a non-magic creature. Because nobody said anything to Cassandra. You read it and then didn't say anything. So, she makes the attack, and it misses. I roll a d6 to see what happens. 4. Oh! Lucky! Luck of the roll. Nothing else happens.
Sandra! Magic don't work on this thing. I thought we established that.
It appears that way, Guy! You could have warned me sooner!
I thought you saw the sword trick!
No spell.
What? I was on the other side! Raka then decides that it's time to go come in swinging. He grabs a scimitar. I have a scimitar machete in the background. So he grabs it like this, and he advances. He's going to go to cut like that, cleave one of the tentacles off. Let's go, Raka. Actions. Oh, I forgot he has the other thing too. Cool. His attack roll is an 23 with a damage of 7. He comes in, reaching for one of those tentacles. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't cut it off, but he does injure it. So where it otherwise would have been moving like this, with some rigidity, it's now flopping like this. Does 7 damage to the thing. Take that!
Tavoke would like to use his reaction now to add, how much?
1d6.
1d6 worth of fire damage.
Okay. Let's see. Now,
3 fire damage.
there's going to be a saving roll for the snail if that spell requires one. I don't remember if it does.
It does. It does.
It does
It
not?
just does 3 damage.
Just does damage. Okay. All right. Oh, I see. It didn't matter for this. Okay. Unfortunately, you're the what do you call it? Was that a bonus action? I can't remember what that's called.
Reaction.
Your reaction, thank you. That reaction ends up backfiring and dealing the damage back to Vogue. So we need to roll that damage against Tavoke.
Okay. Devote, my guy, bad news. You now have 27 hit points.
So how does it look like when it backfires?
The fire spell comes towards the snail and then it bends backwards and hits Tavoke in the face.
Oh, wait. I think Tavoke has immunity to fire.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Bill blows back.
Yeah,
in his face.
yeah. He has damage immunity.
Elvira's next, and then Guy.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, so I feel like Elvira's kind of taken aback a little bit by the fact that you can't really use, magic against it. I'm like, I know we established it with Guy's thing, but like watching it with Elvira, I'm like, ooh, crud. So I'm sitting there fumbling with my longbow real quick, and I finally make a shot. Does a 14 does not hit.
No, it does not.
I'm probably a little bit like still like fumbling with him, like I'd never use this thing. Pata!
You hit the hillside behind it and you knock a couple rocks, and it starts a small, very small little domino effect as a couple rocks come falling down.
Don't break the don't drop rocks on the shell. The shell's the valuable part.
Well, I'm sorry.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Guy.
Okay.
Give him a-
I'm going to switch to. No, I don't want to do that. Well,
Give him the old one too.
yeah.
Throw fisticuffs.
But it's how it works. You get a wolf for every left. There's 2 rights.
Come on. Think. My
Like,
brain is not working. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to stow my shield and switch to my 2 hand axes.
Oh, okay.
First time I've used these.
Yeah.
My hand axes don't have any magical effects whatsoever. Unlike my flail and my other sword. Yeah,
Mhm.
my sword. Okay, then I'm going to yeah, then I'm going to attack it for a 9 and a 8. I presume neither of those hit.
Neither of those hit.
Okay, and then
You miss.
because they're light weapons, because I've got a light weapon in each hand, I can use my bonus action to perform an attack.
Nice.
So I'm gonna do that. And a 7, which no. I rolled a 9, an 8, and a 7. Wow.
Oh, you miss. That brings us back to the top of the round with Petal.
We are not.
All right. Bow attack. Does a 19 hit?
That definitely hits.
Okay.
Yay.
You hit it in almost like the crest area. Right underneath
Yes.
the tentacles. Ooh.
That
Okay,
will
now.
be 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
And now I gotta roll the cold damage, which I assume is just gonna bounce back onto me. Wait, Is there a way to not, with the hunting bow kills, can I not
Flip
take
a
magic
switch.
shot? I don't think so. I don't think that's.
I
an
don't
option.
think
Okay.
so. No.
All right.
Where's
Roll
the
low.
magic
Yes. That'll be 2 points of cold damage.
Well, good news is for you, nothing additional happens.
Okay.
So it does not bounce back. You actually deal the 2 damage.
Okay. Then I wish I would have rolled better. Attack number 2. 13.
Bounces off.
I have a plus 10 to this bow. I have to roll so poorly to miss.
I'm making you all fail tonight.
I hate it. Now I know how Liz feels using. Now I know how Liz feels using the dice pot roller in Star Wars.
Oh, it's so mean. It's
I
such
just
a
got
mean
dirty.
butt.
So, like out of 4 turns, out of 4 attacks, only one of them hit, and I only had to roll a 9 for it to hit. It's not my night. Pedal's useless tonight, guys. Just keep that in mind.
How about Tavoke?
Tavoke probably is going to hit because he does so little damage. What is his plus? It's like 6 or something crazy, right? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
It does.
For 1d6 plus 3. 5 points of piercing damage as Tavoke takes another chunk out of the goo.
Tavoke is the MVP. As you do that, the creature gets much more aggravated, and it starts kind of moving around a little bit faster, like kind of searching. Like, where did they go? What did they... I don't know. You have this sense that the thing is very irritated with you at this point. Like you've maybe done a lot of damage to it.
Good. I am now going to harvest its shell and sell it for many dollars. Well,
But first, the creature reacts. I have already rolled for this. Guy, does a 17 is the lowest number I rolled. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to get hit 3 times. 3 different tentacles.
I use parry. Where is it? Where are you? There you are. When another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you roll on the superiority die. So this is just for the first attack. I can only do it
Okay.
once.
Let's see, that's 13.
8! So that's 9 damage reduction on the first attack.
Wow, that brings it down to 7 damage. That deals to you.
On the first attack?
Just in total.
Oh,
It hits
sick.
you 3 times.
Well,
Just... And the first one got reduced. I just summed it all and just told you what it was.
oh, okay.
Yep.
oh, thank God. I thought he had like 2 more of those to go, and I was
right.
like, ooh.
Oh, I can see why you were confused by that. Sorry, my bad. I just rolled all 3 dice at once. Yeah, and it is actually at this point going to switch directions a little bit and move towards Cassandra. It didn't like that very much, which it's actually her turn now. Shoot, I didn't think about that. And
Can
she's
Tavoke make an opportunity attack with his reaction?
yes, go for it.
Oh, yeah, I just used my...
I'm guessing an 11 doesn't hit.
Nope, it doesn't.
Bummer.
And Cassandra goes for an unarmed strike because she doesn't have a melee weapon. 19 for 3 damage.
Nice.
Her fist comes back kind of coated in slime. Ugh, gross! And then she decides, I'm going to get away from this thing. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then Raka is going to grab his scimitar. Shing! Let's see what he gets. +5. Oops. His attack is a 23. He goes, stabs it with his scimitar, which I understand is probably not the best move, but whatever. And he does a whopping 8 damage to the thing. Kind of pokes out one of its little eye stalks. And the thing writhes in pain. Doesn't scream because it doesn't have a mouth. I feel like that was a Matrix quote or something. Okay. Elvira and then Guy.
All right, one more longbow attack. Hopefully I'm a little more centered this time, a little more prepared. Deep breath. Nothing. Only a 10.
Unfortunately, no.
Womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah. This time it just sails between 2 of the tentacles. There's mostly air up there anyway.
Right.
Nice sound effect.
Oh, is that how that works? That could be broken. I'm gonna do that.
I like it when people break the use broken rules to their advantage.
Right.
It is your turn. Yeah, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to move closer to the thing.
Okay.
I'm going to attack twice. I got 22 on my first attack.
That hits.
And a 7 on my second attack.
That does not hit.
Okay. On my first attack, I'm going to use a superiority dice to use my... Come on, I just had it. Yes, distracting strike.
This is a new one. I don't think you've done this before.
No, I know I have.
Oh.
It's usually really good when Kettle comes after me. Comes after me in initiative. Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 1d8. Okay, that's 7 slashing damage. No, sorry, that's 10 slashing damage. 10 slashing damage. And then... Let's see, that was those 2 attacks. Then my bonus action attack... Well, Dan, let me ask you on this rule things here. So my distracting strike says, blah, blah, blah. And the next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of your next turn. Can I like stack that and give multiple attacks advantage?
No, just
No.
one.
Just
How much have you dealt already?
10 slashing damage, and I have a bonus.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Well, I haven't. I roll a 16.
It's my little hint. You killed it already.
Oh, I killed it already. Oh, cool. All right. I kind of like cat. So it kind of like tries to bat at me with one of its tentacles, but I like hook the tentacle in the hand axe, and I slash off that tentacle, and then I also catch another one, and then I come back around with my other axe that is now free, and I like slash it down the middle, and it kind of like peels open and like spills out.
Get it, son.
Well done, guy. Kettle's gonna like put his bow back in the sheath and like pull out his skinning knife, like, and now we get to the messy part.
Let's do it. Guys, just hyped from this.
It's gonna be like elbow, bicep deep in snail, trying to cut it out of its shell. I feel like it's dissolving my arm a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna need a heal wound after this. Cure wounds after this.
Now, just get some of Elvira's prestidigitation or whatever. Prestidigitron.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Can you prestidigitation this off my arm at a rate that prevents it from eating me? That would be fantastic.
That's the DM question. So
Okay, So here's something that nobody asked, but I think I need to tell you at this point. This shell is like as tall as you are.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, where are we gonna put all this?
I will
It is
drag
a
it back if I have
Giant
to.
shell. For
Yep.
baby Winston.
I assumed it was that tall.
Out of game, if you're gonna take this item, you better like do some research on it in town or ask some buddy of the arcane arts or something, because there's some cool stuff with this shell and some other items you have. So I know you haven't been around town, so you haven't been able to check, but I had my eyes opened since last week that apparently over short rests you can ponder over items and learn some of their arcane, abilities. Not all of them, but you can kind of learn by studying things over short rest.
I don't think I have anything. I mean, aside from like Assassin Vine Steed Pods and the giant emerald.
You may not have one. I think Elvira definitely has something. I don't want to say how much. And Guy has something.
Okay.
Wait, what did you describe again?
Check your inventory. If you've been adding everything you get to your inventory, then you should have a magic item in there, or something that can be pondered. I have the efficient quiver, but I already know what that does.
What was that ring?
Mm-hmm. Right. That one's pretty obvious. Okay. Well, you end up slaughtering this flail snail, and Cassandra and Raka basically. I'm getting a little bit of feedback from someone. Anyway, they're very impressed, and they come in to inspect the thing. And Cassandra's going to do an Arcana check just to see if she can figure anything out for you. Give you a hand here.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm hungry.
Okay, sounds good. What am I trying to do here? Skills. There we go. Arcana. She gets an 18. She says, I think the shell is the source of its anti-magic capabilities.
Oh, I want to make some armor then.
She says, I think I've heard of some armor, though I'm not so sure it's armor. I think it's more clothing. I'm not using her voice. I think it's, they make clothing out of it. It's, I'm also coming up with the Cassandra voice, so it's going to be, like, vaguely British.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It might be more in the realm of, robe or tunic or something of that sort, but I don't know that it's plate armor or anything like that. Who knows?
Light armor is fine.
It's a crazy world out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's the other thing we could do. We could hide this somewhere. Go into town, see if there's any industry around this, or what we can find out if someone will buy it, if we can get it turned into magic proof clothing, because that would be dope. Yeah. And then we could I'm sure they have to get animals up and down here too, right? It's a city.
I just had an epiphany.
We probably they got horses or something we can rent to drag it back.
Can I have whoever's interested do some perception for me?
Sorry, what?
Could I have whoever's interested do a perception check?
Yes. We got Elvira over here trying to do magical lines.
No, that's not what
Whoa!
No.
22.
That's cool.
Okay.
Guy got it.
The snakes are magical lines.
Guy, you see a little, you see something that looks artificial, man-made, right over here on the edge of the cliff. It's hard to tell what it is from where you're standing, but you might be able to find out if you get closer.
if someone is gonna grind it up for a powder in the end, because powders can be very useful in all sorts.
Where?
That's true.
We might as well get Winston to smash it up and put it in little pieces, and then we can store it easier.
Need a
I'm
mortar and
gonna
pestle.
move closer to that cliff.
Let's find out about that before we start smashing.
Okay. Guy, as you get close, you see there are 2 posts driven into the ground, and there are 2 ropes tied on that are hanging down over the edge of the cliff. As you look closer, you see a rope ladder that is dangling all the way down to the bottom of the cliff, which at this point, you're about 200 feet up in the air. And as you look carefully, you can see a little green spot down there that's Winston. And you can see a little kind of, not shimmering, reflected spot, which is Vorn. And you see him moving about kind of quickly as you focus your eyes, and you see that there's a bunch of really tiny creatures that are just kind of messing with Winston, and Vorn is just going around just boom. Boom.
Guys.
Boom.
Guys, I think Winston and Vorn have company.
And you can tell it's not a problem. It's more like comedic to look at. Like
the magpies are hassling the cat type of thing.
Yeah, it's like this is not.
They're in trouble though, but they've got company.
It's not something to worry about, but it's pretty funny to watch.
Fire, shoot a firebolt their way just in solidarity.
It's like there's flies buzzing around you, and you grab the shotgun. Just
exactly that. Exactly that.
You got this, boys and Queen.
Queen was with us.
No, Queen's down there still.
Oh no, you left her with Sharkan.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I her up the never mind. Ignore me.
I had a hard time remembering myself.
I've slept since then.
Okay.
I would say by this point, I can probably gather Sharkan.
Also, there's a rope bridge. I found like a rope ladder here.
Don't mind me as I'm moving your characters. I'm going to slide you over to the next part of this 2-part map.
Okay.
Have you decided what you're going to do with this flail snail?
Let's try to hide the shell.
Okay. Do just a survival check for me, real quick, to see if you can hide it.
17.
Okay. You find that there are enough rocks that have fallen down from the previous rock slide that you could easily cover it up and disguise it for a while.
Okay.
After a little while of doing that, you come across a bend in the... oh, shoot. Hang on a second. You come across a bend on the path, and it kind of blocks your sight a little bit. Stalling for time. You hear some sounds up ahead that you recognize from just experience. These are small to mid-sized dinosaur sounds. Just something like this. And then you hear a distressed sound on the ground. How would you know it's on the ground? You hear a sound like that, a distressed animal sound. Kind of sounds like a pig. Yeah. And as you poke out around the corner, you see 2 Deinonychus dinosaurs. These are medium-sized. They're about your height, and they one of them is in the process of eating alive a boar that's on the ground that's bleeding out. The other one is standing back, kind of hissing and making its dino sounds.
Nope, I'm gonna sneak away.
It's the circle of life.
They this one turns and notices you, and then they peel off. They both just take off into the distance, and that is where we're going to take a 5-minute break, because I just realized we should do a 5-minute break.
All right.
So
good,
let's
guys.
do that.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like we're mostly back. You can take your time if you need it. Welcome back. Okay. Alright, it's worth noting also, not only you encounter those little tiny dinosaurs, it's also a little bit windier up here, just because the side of the plateau you're on. You get a little bit more wind.
That makes sense.
It's coming from behind you.
I'm definitely gonna roll up on this this boar here. Is it like a big boar, normal size boar? What are we calling it?
It's a normal size boar.
Okay, so it's not like big enough for a person to ride.
No, and can you see what's rotating around it?
Eating out. Yeah, so it's already dying.
Yep.
How bad is it? Like, could we get any? Nah, never mind. I don't want to get any food off of this one. If we find another boar, though, that'll be good rations. I'm sure
It's on death's door. It's impressive. It's not dead yet.
Can I go ahead and just like put one in its head?
You hear or wait sound or something like that.
Right. All right.
It just squeals. There we go. That's the sound. Took me a moment.
Help you out here, darling.
I'm like, no, that first one's a dinosaur. Falls down to the ground. All right, so as you're over there, you notice that there's actually a little wooden sign that's kind of like leaning, and it's pointing off to the left. And you can see over here, there's a set of stone steps cut into the side of the cliff. They look really super narrow. You can make it up that if you needed to.
I'm gonna do it. I'm like, hey guys, y'all pass this, and I start bounding my way up.
Oh, hey, cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Elvira.
So basically, it goes like, oh, let me show you the actual thing. I have it drawn out. Layer, map layer. You see that?
Yep.
That's the sort of twisty pathway you just found. And how many of you are going up there? Are you all going up there?
What I want to know is, can Petal see the shenanigans going on just around the corner?
Good question. You don't see anything, but you hear the two Deinonychus screech, and then you hear something else. Where is it? You hear that in response, and then a couple lumbering footsteps.
Can Shar Khan make it up this path?
I think so. He's feline. I think he could make it up that.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna
get Shar Khan. I'm gonna get Shar Khan to go, and then I'm gonna go up, followed by Tavok. I'm gonna try to at least get up and out of sight before anything too big lumbers through.
You kind of have to scramble to get up in time, and so you don't get very far before the sounds come around the corner. Something tells you that you should stop and make no movement so as to not make any noise. Oh, I'm just realizing that my dynamic lighting is now in the way.
There we go.
There you go. You should be able to see better now. And around the corner come two giants, and they have tied to a halter a very large dinosaur with two horns coming out of its head. Now, this isn't quite the right image. And it has scared off one of the Deinonychus, which just peels off. The other one is in its mouth. And it's chomping. But it is on a leash, basically, a halter, to both of the giants. And anyone know anything about giants?
They are big.
I mean,
Thanks.
not so much. No, don't know much about giants.
All right.
Just two dudes taking their pet for a walk. Cool.
Let me give you a better image of what they look like.
I'm gonna pantomime shooting them and look at the group like with a question mark, and then like focus on the dinosaur they have like trussed up.
All right. Check the image that will finish uploading in just a couple seconds here in the DM chat, in our little group chat. All right, my internet upload speed is very poor here. That's what it looks like.
Okay, that looks horrific.
Yeah, no.
It's both of them are lumbering. They're very much overweight. They're disgusting looking, unkempt, barely a sackcloth on them. Let's see how. I believe
we're talking definitely more like grind your bones to make my bread than big friendly giant.
Yeah, these are like 15-foot tall, just brutes. And let's see. Raka translates for you what they say. One of them turns to the other. Hey, what that? The other one says, I don't know, it's probably nothing. More food. And then they tramp off down the path. They just completely walk past you. They had no idea that you're there.
I wanted to like either attack one of them or see if the group wanted to attack one of them.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you're welcome to do that if you want.
Guys, just like.
Sorry, one more time. I was on the wrong page. Winston's down there. Winston's down there. They're gonna steal Winston.
So is Born.
They're gonna steal Winston.
We can follow them.
I believe I'm gonna call in Elvira's proxy vote here, and since she's not here to defend herself, she definitely sides with Petal.
Okay, Raka and Cassandra. It was two giants and a really big dinosaur. I think that's a bit above our weight class.
I need some stealth checks at this point. There's a lot of talking going on.
But we're whispering.
I know.
Oh.
26.
Silent as the grave.
Contemplate all possible meanings of silent as the grave.
Yeah.
I forget what that's from, but
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, that's right.
15.
Okay, Guy, you don't really make anything like super loud or anything, but you accidentally shift your weight and a pebble or two bounces down, and one of the giants turns and he says to the other, "More food!" And he bends down and he grabs the boulder that's right here. He grabs the boulder and he say this box is the boulder. Whoa! Oh, and he's about to lob it right in your direction.
Dexterity saving throw?
Roll initiative.
He rolls a nat 1 for his strength throw, and he picks it up and he throws it. And he misses entirely, and he hits his buddy right next to him. And his buddy is like, Why you do that for? And he grabs his club it's just a veritable tree trunk, and he goes, boom, just right down on the other one. Oh! And they do the same thing those ogres did in the last session, except this is way bigger, and they're way more brutish, and they are way dumber. And they're like, they're hitting each other with rocks. They start throwing rocks. One of them picks up a middle size, like a rock that's probably about the half the size of one of you, and he throws it, and it misses, and it goes up to your area, but it hits up above you, and it starts to fall. The area you're in is now starting to deteriorate because there are just rocks flying at it, as the two are embroiled in battle.
We gotta put these guys down with the quickness.
Meanwhile, the Allosaurus... Sorry, not Allosaurus. I wanted it to be a different dinosaur. That dinosaur that you don't know of is now all of a sudden free, as they have forgotten that they were holding onto the halter, and they let it go, and it decides to charge off back up the hill, out of sight. Happy to be free.
Well, if that's not a sign from the gods of Rangers to open fire, I don't know what is.
Guys just kind of like huddle. Fine. Gonna switch to my bow, I guess.
Okay. Make an attack at advantage, whoever is going to attack. Need to change the music to something more appropriate.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay, so sorry, I actually rolled my next attack. Does a 23 hit?
23 does hit.
Okay. Then that's going to be... The first one is 12 points of piercing damage and 4 points of cold damage. I should have done this beforehand, but I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him and then make the second attack for 23.
Can you remind me how much damage you've done? I didn't have a pen and paper ready.
That would be 12 plus 4, so 16.
Okay.
And then 12 plus 3 is 15 plus another 3 for the Hunter's Mark, so 8, and then another 18 points of mixed damage.
Oh, man. And which one are you shooting?
The closest one.
Okay. He's got his back to you. He takes 2 arrows. He has no idea they came from you. And he continues fighting the other one. What does Guy do?
I'm also going to fire 2 arrows. So that's 13.
Is that with advantage?
Oh. No, it is not. Yes, it is. And then my other attack...
That one just barely missed. Oh, the 20 you can double the damage, but the 13 you barely missed.
Okay. So I double the damage or double the dice?
I usually say double the damage. That's how I usually do it.
Okay. I'm also going to use my... come on. Distracting Strike, which is... I get to... Okay. So... Is that damage multiplier on the whole attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So that... Oh. 6 damage. 6 piercing damage. And the next attack roll against that target by anyone other than me has advantage. And
Okay.
that is my turn.
Was that the same one that he shot?
Yep, same one.
Okay. Okay, now he recognizes that the arrows came from you. And you're going to have to open up initiative here. So it's you see the turn order is still here. Just change your number, and then I'm going to add the giants in as 1. Go ahead and roll initiative if you haven't.
I have.
Good, good. Oh, Raka got a 4. Oops. Sandra gets a 17. Nice. Is everyone's numbers in? I can't hear you, Liz. Sorry.
Nah, I got a 2 this time around.
Oof. I'll put your number in for you.
Ruckus
you.
4 is making me feel better about my 8.
8, huh? Alright, let's see. I think Cassandra, and then it's the giants. So Cassandra's gonna use her crossbow this time.
And she gets advantage because
Oh,
of
yes.
my thing. Just on the first.
Thank you. 25. That definitely hits, and she does 8 damage to him. She's attacking that same first one. Okay, that giant is thoroughly ticked off as he turns and looks at you. Let me see here. And he grabs a rock, and he aims it roughly in your direction. And he's going to throw for a 10, which doesn't hit anyone. Okay.
It's great because I just moved a little bit away from him.
Yeah.
Nope, he's picking up a rock. I'm gonna step to the left.
The other one picks up a rock. Does a 21 hit anybody? I think so. We're gonna.
Would hit me.
Is it an attack? Is he making an attack?
He's making an attack.
Oh, wait. I don't have my shield there.
Let me think for a second about what make. Guy is the one who's closest and most visible.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay, hang on a second. I need dice that I don't have out. I've decided to use my actual dice instead of the Roll20 dice. It's just more fun that way.
Mm-hmm.
+5. Okay.
What in the white people cooking?
Alright, Guy, you're going to take 22 bludgeoning damage as a rock hits you square in the chest.
I'm sorry, did you say 22?
22 bludgeoning damage.
Ruh-roh.
I think you might have picked a fight with the wrong guys.
I suspect you might be correct.
That's the best. You have the best responses. That brings us to Petal's turn.
If we live through this,
If you live through this, not
Right.
me.
This is we. Yeah, turn your pocket.
Who said Guy was in this? Goodbye. We've been left for dead.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna open fire on the same guy, the first guy there that I've been attacking. I'm really hoping I can get it taken care of this time.
you're
Does a 17 hit?
Yep.
Perfect. I don't like that. I'm gonna re-roll. Yes, max damage.
Ooh.
13 piercing, 4 cold, and another 4 force damage. Attack number 2. I'm assuming an 18 hits.
Yep, that does.
I don't like that damage. I'm gonna re-roll 4. Oh yes. That's gonna be 12. Another 12 piercing, 5 cold, and 1 force.
Okay. Tavoke?
And then I'm gonna send Tavoke after him.
Tiny little creature going after a giant.
Bite him in the kneecap. Bite him in the kneecap.
If you can reach it.
Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Nice. Max damage for 9 points of damage. And then, I was going to take this opportunity to back up and back deeper into the foliage.
Ah. Okay. That then brings us to Guy. Guy, are you still alive?
Yes, I am actually. I'm going to use my bonus action to use Second Wind once per short rest. 1d10 plus 5 HP.
Okay.
I heal for 10, which is
Very nice.
nowhere near enough. Okay, I'm going to switch from my bow to my arrow-catching shield and my longsword. I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna be like, Petal, we gotta go! I'm just gonna, like, try... Oh, what do I want to do here? Let me get a good view. Okay. So there is a whole bunch of, like, brush and stuff in front of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all fair game to use as you want. You see the markings, the red numbers? You do get a significant amount of altitude with this. Also, this, even though you're still in combat, I may ask you to roll something depending on where you are. So, it's not a bad thing. I just
got a question. So does the boulder thing count as an attack?
Yes.
It does. What did they roll on the last attack? A 21?
22, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Okay. I'm gonna take my sword and I'm gonna create like a brush fire here that kind of obscures the view between us and the giants. And then I'm gonna put my sword back and run back into the foliage over here. We gotta go now!
Raka's up next. Says, Rah! How long have you been here? He decides to follow the pathway, though. 20,
Yeah.
25, 30. So, I gotta say, where you guys are moving, that is extremely hilly, and you're moving at like half or a quarter speed to try to get anywhere, because the rocks are just straight up. But where this orange line is, that's a gentle path.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear before. If you want to make a adjustment to where you are based on that knowledge, since you didn't know, that's cool.
I probably would have gone like back here then if I was trying to go back into the bushes.
That's fair, yeah. And Guy, you could do the same thing. I just forgot to mention that orange line is the steps.
I like right there.
Deeper into the
Then
foliage.
can I like draw where I lit on fire?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Guys, don't stop attacking! Don't stop attacking!
Right there.
Let's see.
But I don't want to move that far up then.
So not only does Raka do that, he takes out a sling and he's gonna fire a sling stone at the giant. He hits for,
From where he is right now?
yeah, surprisingly, he gets 3 damage with a sling stone.
You're killing it, Raka. Every little bit helps.
That's it for his turn, and it goes to Elvira and then Cassandra.
Alright, cool. I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Tasha's Mind Whip that one.
Okay.
Which means that they need to do a an intelligence saving throw.
It gets a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he doesn't beat it.
Not surprised.
That means so it's 3d6 psychic damage. That's 9 points of damage. And now they can only they have to do that thing where they can only choose the move action or bonus action.
Okay.
Maneuver action, bonus action.
Awesome. Do you move?
I am gonna follow in Cassandra's footsteps, like in the group, back into the let me move my thing. Into the foliage a little bit more. Like I want to stay close to the trail, but still like behind the fire and the leaves and stuff.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, Cassandra is up next. She's gonna move. Oops. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over to here and fire with her crossbow again for a 17, dealing 6 damage. Okay, I did not plan this. So, how do I want to do this? Okay, me, I will do it this way. Cassandra pulls out her crossbow, lines up a bolt. A little unsure. Which do I go for? Left, right, left, right? Right! Right into between the eyes, and the thing goes cross-eyed. Falls backwards, hits its head on that rock behind it that's at the foot of his buddy, and splits his skull open. There's a little bit of red jello that goes flying up in the air. Yeah. Not much in terms of brain matter, though. And it lays still and silent on the ground. That ends Cassandra's turn, and the other one gets angry, but not necessarily angry that his buddy's dead, because they were just fighting. And he gets a little bit closer. I'm going to have him do a perception to see if he can see you still. Oh, he got a nat 20. He still sees you. Also, they have the party. I just wanted to... It's kind of hard to tell, like, the vertical nature of this map. So, and there's also a lot of foliage, and there's fire. You know what? I'll do it at disadvantage. You get, say, 13. All y'all do another stealth check here. Let's see if... I know you're not really stealthing, but we'll just use that as the baseline to see if he sees you. Because he got a 13.
16.
23.
Nine.
The only person he hasn't lost is Elvira. From the three of you, let's see about everybody else. He can definitely see Raka. Let's see if he can... and he lost Cassandra. So he sees Raka and Elvira. But everybody else is hidden from sight. So he decides that he is going to try what his friend failed at. And he grabs a rock and he's going to lob it at Elvira. Because she is actually close enough.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Actually, let's see if he's close enough to Raka.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, Raka is like 3 feet outside of his range. So unfortunately, Elvira's the only target.
Womp womp.
It's okay.
All
You can just tell her that you're trying to kill her character off. We don't mind.
Nat 1!
Oh.
Oh, good. I'm about to throw shield.
Dan, you don't have to lie to save her feelings, okay? You can just tell her that Elvira didn't make it, and she's gone now.
He picks up a rock, which is a little bit heavier than he thought it was going to be. And as he's lifting, he's put a lot of extra force into it. And he falls over backwards. And tumbles, grabbing hold of the edge of the cliff with one hand as he's hanging off the edge of the cliff. And he almost fell to his death. That drops the initiative. I'm just going to say it drops the initiative.
Yeah, I'm going to say that gives me enough chance. Like, the opposite of an opportunity attack. It's like an opportunity retreat.
Speak for yourself. I'm putting arrows in that one hand.
No, it's stupid. Don't do it. You're just really stupid. I'm like, fuck. Sorry. Forget them. They're giants.
Yeah, and we already took one out. We got this. He's hanging off the edge for sake. Yeah, we're just gonna do this.
Kick a giant while he's down.
Absolutely. Probably gonna eat me.
Well, hey, I'm faster than you as I dart past him on my way out on my retreat.
I moved a tripper.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to finish him off, or...
I'm gonna finish him off, yeah.
How do you want to do it?
I'm just gonna start shooting at that one hand that's holding on, that's like keeping himself up. Because I mean, like, he's a big boy. It's a lot of weight. I know they're strong, but like, come on, man. Like, how many shots to the hand can you take before you just let go?
Takes a good 4 or 5 shots before he starts to slip. When you hear a... crunch, the rock breaks that he's holding on to.
The violin with that scene was fantastic.
Wait a minute, I got music for it. Come here. Alright, there we go. Oops, wrong one. It's not tense anymore. It's now vivid. There we go. You guys have cleared the road of the giants and the unknown dinosaur and everything else. Your pathway is free. You're welcome to follow the steps if you want, but whichever way you want to go. Raka is going to do a perception check, though. He's the closest. 13.
I think we go back down to the main road. We can see more around us.
Mm-hmm. I support main road.
Ah! My friends! I have found something! Ah!
What?
Petal, I hope you realize how very closely that didn't go right.
Not even a little bit.
I found something.
As far as I'm concerned, that went swimmingly.
Raka takes a moment. He comes back down with a very, very small little wooden crate that he found. He doesn't say anything about where he found it. And inside of it, there's there appears to be a potion bottle and a bag full of little metal items. He opens the little drawstrings and he pulls them out, and you notice them to be lockpicks. There's a bag of 15 lockpicks and an unknown potion in that crate.
I probably would find 15 lockpicks too.
Where did you get that crate, bud?
Found it in the cave.
I'm sorry, cave? Did you say something about a cave?
Petal, can we have at least a short rest before we go exploring another cave in Chult?
Sure, why not? I'm good with that.
He said, it's a small cave. This potion not good worm food. You take it.
It's a
Can
potion.
I inspect the potion?
Yeah, I don't know if he uses the word potion. He may not know what it is. But yes, you may inspect the potion over your short rest. How's that sound? And you can figure out what it is.
Fantastic.
It is a potion of lockpicking. And 15 lockpicks.
Nice.
Ray is going to craft arrows back up.
Don't forget to do your short rest to heal there, Eli.
Yeah.
Okay. Second here. I'm going to check and see if I've got... Okay. What else do you do on your short rest?
No, I have to take a long rest just to get even one spell slot back, right?
Correct.
Okay. Ooh. No, never mind. Well, I'm gonna practice, like, every time we short rest, I'm just gonna, like, practice riding Queen around a little bit. She's still in training.
As you're short resting, you unfortunately, it's now noon, and the weather has kind of moved in a little bit. That wind really pushed in some rain clouds, and so it starts to rain on you. It's going to reduce your visibility a little bit. But the good news is, as after you wake up, or not wake up, after you get up from your short rest, you find it's actually not that far of a jaunt back up to, or all the way up to the tip top where you're aiming. You're actually pretty close. I guess I should say, in the grand scheme of things, not that far. Just means that you made it up there without any other encounters, I should say. It took maybe another hour and a half. So it's about 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. Awesome. What do we see when we get to the top of the plateau?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Set me up perfectly for these map transitions there, Zach. It's like you knew what was coming. All right, you see what you see. I don't know why, Petal, your character still, for some reason, only has a limited field of view, and I keep thinking I fix it. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yay!
Does anyone else have limited field of view?
Okay, not anymore, no.
Okay, good.
I might.
All right. Petal, what do you see in front of you? I just want to know if it's obvious or not. Do you see anything?
It looks like a fort of some kind, a large fortification with a log wall.
That's a good guess. It's more of a village. with a log
Okay.
wall. Yeah. I would say like a thatch and wood wall. Not
Okay.
necessarily a very structurally sound thing. In fact, if you hang on just 1 second, I have something to read to you here. Okay, so you have finished climbing what was a section of stone steps, and it brought you here. The stone steps emerge onto the top of your plateau beneath a once grand but now decrepit wooden gateway. Well, grand is maybe a little bit exaggerating a little bit. The gates that sealed this entrance were rotted away. Only the rusted iron hinges and reinforcing bands remain. In their place, the heaps of human skulls, picked clean of all flesh and bleached white by the sun. They grin up at you from the roadway and down from atop towering mounds.
Mounds of human skulls.
Indeed.
Just once, I'd like to roll up on what we think is a town and have it actually be a town. Just for the novelty of it. Just for the surprise of it actually being what we thought it was going to be.
And we have the Kenku. I mean, I think that's as good as we're going to get.
I mean, but we didn't know what to expect. That came out of nowhere. We were not headed that direction. We were actually lost. We didn't know at the time, but...
Fair
If I
enough.
was gonna start like blatantly looking around and like the scenery out, like away from the mountain, and be like, I wonder what a view was to die.
Oh...
And I'm taking a panoramic view of everything under the mountain.
One of you picks up on the slight smell of cooking food. Maybe a tiny bit of smoke.
Y'all, them giants had to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
This looks too small for giants. Ah!
I mean, I'm not saying we don't check it out. I'm saying we just be careful.
Maybe they're pygmy giants.
Pygmy giant.
Ah, yeah, 6 foot tall giants. Yeah,
I'm definitely
They're-
looking at a 7 point.
they are very tall midgets.
They're halfling giants.
But they have like really long legs and extremely small torsos, or something like that, or something is really wrong about their body proportions. Okay,
What if these are just dire halflings? These are the questions we should be asking ourselves.
Let's see here. Well, in order to go any further, you need to walk through some shallow piles of skulls that are along the ground by the staircase and the gate. So the staircase is what you just climbed up. And that wooden wall is more of a palisade, and there's a lot of stuff, a lot of skulls blocking it, and there are portions that are completely gone or knocked over. But you can tell by looking at the buildings, which are made of wood and thatch, that this used to be quite the bustling small kingdom. The map doesn't really reflect that so well, but just imagine it more as like a bigger place than it kind of appears for you. There are some stone foundations visible ahead of you, but there's a lot of overgrowth.
Interesting.
This is perhaps maybe like the more the poorer district, one could say, I guess, in whatever kingdom was up here in Mbala. I mean,
All right, well, hey, let's keep looking. Keep investigating.
Petal, you find the source of the cooking immediately. There's a big fire up there. Not a big fire. There's a big cooking fire, and there's a pot of something bubbling over the fire, and there's a wisp of smoke that the wind is blowing down towards you. The rain had stopped about an hour ago. It was just a short rainstorm, so you're tramping through some mud right now, and you can see up ahead of you that there are footprints that lead back and forth between these two locations.
Do the footprints appear humanoid?
They do vary. Yeah.
Are they big?
No, they're actually rather small.
I'm gonna call out like, "Hey, Cam!"
Cattle.
Make me cannibals.
What did you say? Hey, camp?
Yeah.
Okay. At first, nothing. Upon closer inspection, you see that there's a door that's shut on that building that had the footsteps leading to it.
I'm gonna go knock on it.
Okay. Why don't you move your characters up wherever you'd like them?
I will say.
That way I have a better idea what's going on here. So this is where the door is, Liz.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna knock on it.
And I'm guessing Petal's like over here somewhere. Yes? Who is it?
Weary travelers.
Ah, travelers! Travelers? At first she's nonchalant, and then all of a sudden she's questioning. Travelers?
We
What?
already got locked.
She comes over to the door and opens it up, and you see what's the description? You see an ancient crone come to the door, a little bit doubled over. She's got a walking stick. Yes,
Hello?
my dearies. What brings you to my humble abode?
Nothing. Just getting to know the neighbors. Later. Bye-bye. Petal's making a hightail for the exit.
I
Guy
think I
is
got the wrong
going-
house. I think I got the wrong village. I'm gonna keep going down the road. But thank you for answering
Listen,
the door.
man, I may not be the smartest person, but I know a hag when I see one, and I am out.
Guy is going.
I'm trying to determine if I need you to make rolls for this, like knowledge rolls.
I think
Right.
you're living in the Feywild. Anybody who just looks like a creepy ancient old woman is like, nope, not rolling the dice. Probably a hag. Not gonna find out though.
Okay.
Guy is going with Elvira.
Wait. None of you have talked about this. Petal decided to leave, and you gotta talk amongst yourselves, because Guy does not know what just happened. He was not there.
No, he doesn't. But he does know that people are leaving, and so he's going to go with his team because protect.
Okay.
Oh, hey, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Gonna be going now, and then Petal will turn around, yo, we gotta get out of here. And
Okay.
then just start walking back.
That's-
Across the thing.
That's better. Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just leaving to get out of the Palisades. Sharkan, come on to boat. Same with
Yeah.
you.
I don't mind you leaving. I just was like, how would you know? How would Guy know?
He doesn't.
He wouldn't.
Considering that Petal is. That we just came from fighting two giants, and the Petal is like, nope, we're leaving, guys.
Right,
guys
that's all the sign we need. I didn't
That
know
is
what time
reasonable.
it was, But as soon as
Yeah.
Petal left, yeah.
Wait, my dearies, come back! Come back to Nanny!
Sorry, on urgent mission. Sorry, did the wrong
Wrong
house.
village.
Oh, you think you can leave?
Well, I'm
Hell.
doing my best.
Petal, before, none of you are looking towards the tent.
Nope.
But as you're walking back, you hear footsteps.
Tiny.
Guy is gonna turn
And,
around.
hold on. This is before you would have time to do that. Sorry. The footsteps pass you. impressions in the mud pass you out in front of the gate, and then they flip around. And she appears out of thin air. You didn't think I'd let you leave that easily now, did you, dearies?
Pedal!
This one's not on me, bro.
I know it's not. But you know what the deal is. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm freaked out, man.
It's a hag, dude.
What's a hag?
A nasty old woman.
With magical powers is going to eat your soul later.
Right.
Okay. You should have started with that second part.
You see this crumpled old woman form start to transform into this disgusting, malevolent, disfigured human woman with extremely long arms and legs, very big claws, raven feathers coming off of her skin, and withered skin, really sharp, pointy jawline, long teeth that are black and sharp, with scraggly, long, silvery black hair. She goes,
Free Laveau, listen.
I'm going to say Baba Yaga over here.
Drawing the fire sword.
to your surprise, she steps back a little bit at that fire.
I would like to roll initiative and or shoot her with arrows.
Well, I will allow you to make the first attack if you wish.
I would love to.
Yeah,
It was a 15 hit.
Nope.
You should do that face step thing. Face step
Oh.
behind her and shoot her in the back. That would be cool.
I'm just going to sidestep you and shoot you in the back while I do so.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I am going to bonus action Hunter's Mark and hit her with my second attack.
Okay, what was... Oh, yeah, never mind. Go
The
for
first one
it.
was 15. You said that didn't hit. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does. Sorry, I had forgotten about that. I really wanted to give the description of her. That's why I had her pursue you.
It's a hag. It's fair.
It
It's
makes
fair.
sense. Like, it was a hag, like, right? Like, we're not
That
gonna be like,
was
oh,
terrifying.
screw it.
I
Especially,
don't
like,
like
somewhere-
it.
Where there aren't normally travelers. Like, no, we obviously did not get the wrong house in the wrong village.
Right. Like, alright, so that's going to be 9 piercing damage, 3 cold damage, and 1 force damage. So 12 points of damage altogether.
What if you had gone up there and like, and then you realize who she is, and you like go into this charade of, I'm an insurance salesman. I'm here to solicit like Allstate or something like that.
Right.
We're here to contact you about your cauldron's extended warranty.
I was just going to say, like, have you considered getting an extended warranty for your cauldron? You know, after 3,000 desiccated bodies, they do wear out.
Have you thought about buying a Hoover?
All right, we're going to roll initiative tonight. Just in case it wasn't obvious, tonight is a battle night. I wanted to
Yes.
have some combat.
But my
20.
dice
Let's
roller
go.
did not make that obvious, so all I got was a 2.
Finally.
I am adding you to the tracker. Go ahead and add your number as soon as you see yourself. All right, let's change the mood. All right, there we go. That's more of the mood I'm looking for. All right. Rocca and Elva, or Cassandra, I mean. 7 and 13. 13. And then just a straight 20 for... Okay, 5 for Nanny. And everyone else got their numbers in? Okay, descending order. Let's do this thing!
Okay. Guy has had a rough day so far. He's kind of just ticked and panicked, and as soon as he sees that she kind of flinches from the fire, he's just all in. He's gonna charge up and
Way
hit
to
her
go.
hit her with a fainting attack. So I use my bonus action and spend a superiority die, which I've done, so I get advantage.
Bro, take an inspiration point for being so heroic.
Oh,
And just like the theme music kicked on at the right time and everything.
That was excellent.
Kill him, Queen.
natural 20!
Whoa!
Okay, so oh my goodness, how much damage do I even roll? Okay. Give me a second here.
I am
can
impressed.
I get water real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Petal, what are you gonna do when it's your turn?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna shoot her with arrows.
Okay.
I'm back.
Oh wow, that was fast. D&D works up a thirst.
Yep. Okay. Ow. Hold on, my chest hurts. Okay.
I hope you're okay.
Okay. So I roll. Yes. So that's. And how does the damage multiplier work again?
Roll your damage and multiply by 2.
All of it, the whole thing.
Yep.
Okay, that is 26 damage.
Oh!
So that's what that 20 of
Holy
that is
cow.
slashing damage. 3 of that is question mark damage, and then she gets lit on fire. And then for my second attack,
How much was the fire damage?
the fire damage is just that just applies fire damage, right?
That's right. I forgot. Yep, you're right.
Okay, so now she's burning for 1d4, and I get a second attack. And that's an 11. Does that hit?
That does not hit, sorry.
Okay, I'm going to take an action surge, which means I get to attack 2 more times.
Yes.
Man!
No, unnatural 20.
Still impressive, though.
Okay, that hits.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm going to use... Hang on. When you hit with a... Okay, yeah, here we go. Gonna use Distracting Strike, so that's D8 plus another D8.
Holy cow. You have a
Plus-
whole, team just by yourself.
Okay.
Don't
And
mess
then,
with Guy.
so that's 13 points of slashing damage, 1 point of question mark damage.
Okay.
And then Petal gets advantage on his first attack, and then I've got 1 attack left, I'm pretty sure, right?
I have no idea. I've not been keeping
You
track.
do.
I do? Okay. And it's a natural 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend that inspiration to re-roll that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh, man.
15.
That doesn't hit, unfortunately.
That doesn't hit. Okay. And okay, yeah, that's my turn then.
That was incredible.
You wanted us to stay. You had.
I
Wow.
feel like guys just like, you know, when you just get like pushed to the end of your rope and it's just one of those days, just like, I'm just not having it today.
Yeah.
It's Petal's turn.
That's my turn. And
All right.
Petal, you get advantage on your first attack.
I
Oh
will
man.
take that advantage and get a 23.
That hits.
Yes. So that'll be 12 points of piercing, 7 points of cold, and 4 points of force damage for 22.
She's just been hit with practically flurry of blows. It's not really flurry of blows. And then with what you've already fired twice or just once?
I hit her once before, and this is my first shot of this turn.
She falls down to her knees. Already. It's still your turn though.
Yeah, part of me wants to be like, give me magic or I'll finish you, but it's also a hag and they can't be trusted, so I'm just gonna take my shot. Does a 13 hit?
No.
I will use my inspiration to re-roll that. Does a 16 hit?
No, unfortunately not. It's so close.
The evening of wasted inspiration.
But you have Tavoke.
Oh shoot, that's right. I totally got Tavoke. Tavoke is gonna run up and just take a chomp out of her. Don't you let me down, little guy.
Butter in the face. Man.
Does a 9 hit?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what?
You sounded very hopeful with that
best,
question.
guys. I did my Kanye best.
That's funny. That brings us to Cassandra,
Yes.
who is actually just going to hold her action and go to Raka. Actually, Cassandra's going to move on one side to encircle her, and with Raka on the other side. Yeah, Nanny's right there. And then it goes to Nanny's turn. Okay. With her last few breaths of life left inside of her, she twists her vile claws and says something just vile and nasty. Something like that, and then behind Elvira, you hear a faint rumble. And bursting out of the ground is a flesh golem.
Ew.
That's gonna definitely scare me out of town.
I would think so, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And since it's on the same initiative turn as her, it's going to move. I just need the stat block. Okay. Speed 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Elvira, you're going to be targeted by a multi-attack. Does a 19 or a 14 hit?
Oh yeah, sorry, it does.
Both of them do? Okay.
No.
Let's see here. I need the right dice. 9, 28 damage, bludgeoning.
Oh, I'm gonna need death saving throws now. I'm down.
As it makes 2 slam attacks with its fist.
Imagine it like just hammering me like a Looney Tune into the ground.
I'm sorry you were the target, Liz.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
You're-
I'm sitting right there.
Dan wants you to die. Wants your character to
I
go
can
away.
tell. I know. Yeah.
It's totally in my character to want you to play a new character. That's it for
One
their
thing you know
turn.
about Dan is that he hates it when other people have fun.
It's Elvira's turn to make a death saving throw. But here's the thing. Cassandra held her action, so she's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
My girl.
Hey.
I knew I saved that for a reason. I didn't think it through until just now. But we're going to say I did.
The Dan works in mysterious ways, man.
Dan works in mysterious ways. That's great.
All right. Elvira, take 19 points of healing
Oh,
as she
that
casts Cure Wounds at 4th level on you.
helped a whole lot.
That's the counter side to me being just a jerk and hitting you for so much. Which brings you back into the fight.
Yes, it does. In that case, I'm gonna have to do something big.
Did Nanny or whoever take 1d4 fire damage?
Oh, thank you. I forgot about that.
You're welcome. Totally not biased in
No, you're right. I forgot to do that. Thank you.
I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt.
Burn.
So, does son of a gun. Does a 14 hit?
Which target?
The skin golem, the one that got me.
Okay. It does hit. Solid hit.
So that would be 9 damage of. Hold on, let me pull this table up. Wait. And then spell. Okay. My computer is being lame.
That's
There we
alright.
go. Of psychic damage.
Nice.
So 9
Oh.
points of psychic damage.
Excellent choice. The head of the golem starts twisting around in tumult and chaotic response to this pain that's just coming from inside of its like empty head.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Anything else?
No, is that it?
Okay. He is still right next to you. Just wanted to mention that.
And you should know that when you make a spell attack at engaged range like that, it's a disadvantage.
Alright, is it my turn?
Oh. Okay. No,
We'll roll with what you got because I didn't know that and I just learned
Thank
something.
you.
So, yep. Go ahead, Eli. You're up.
Alright, using fainting attack again. Does I get advantage to hit? Yep, okay, so that's a 21 to hit, not a critical. And then I deal 8. Okay, and then I deal 16 slashing damage and 4 question mark damage.
How do you want to do this?
All right. Oh. All right. I kind of reach up okay. You describe the hag's
She's
head-
abnormally tall, spindly,
Abnormally
long
tall.
limbs,
Okay.
big.
She has like a bunch of feathers and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
okay, okay. So I like kind of reach up and like I find something that I kind of like hook the crest of my shield on, and then I pull her down to face level. Now you listen here. I fought a anti-magic snail. I've been hit in the chest with a rock. I'm not dealing with you today. And then I just stab the sucker in the face.
As you
And
do this,
her face bursts into
Beautiful.
flames from my fire
The-
sword.
she topples to the ground. This awful putrid smell comes off of the burnt feathers, and the flesh golem right next to Elvira crumples and starts to fall apart, disintegrates into dust on the ground in front of you.
Okay.
Does that count as 2 kills?
You killed the flesh golem by killing the spellcaster who resurrected it. That's how I'm going to run it in my campaign.
Hey guys, so I got good news and I got bad news. What do you want to hear first?
Bad news.
Okay. Depending on who this hag was, they're probably not actually dead. They probably just went back to Feyre and are going to be pissed off, and we may have to deal with them again. Are you ready for the good news?
Yes.
Hags almost always have good loot.
Ooh, I'm gonna loot the house.
Right. I'll check the hag, you check the hag.
And we're never coming back here anyway, so we're never
Right.
gonna see this hag again.
Well, I mean, she'll probably track us down because they, very petty. They're family,
Okay.
But
Okay,
yeah,
the battle finishes, and within seconds, you hear from several different points in the woods, in front of you, behind you, beside you, almost above you. That old crone couldn't hold her weight anymore. That's one shrill old woman voice cackling in the distance, and another one replies.
Different voice than the hag we just fought?
Different one, yeah. And then a third voice, now off in a different direction. Yes, sisters, it's good we drove her out. She was weak. And then you hear cackling from all different directions. And another one says,
Forget the loot.
These are no match for our powers. We will see you soon. They take off. Disappears into the distance.
This place has bad juju, man.
Guy just like throws down his sword into the sticks in the ground.
Guy's like, I'll take you all on!
No.
Like I said, good news, loot. Bad news, hags rarely. Just killing one is almost never the last you have of that problem.
The juju is off in this place.
Not enough for me to not loot, but yeah, I would agree.
Why did we go into the village that obviously had
It's
mountains
covered
of
in hags.
trolls?
It's covered in them.
No, they all left. They're left. They're gone.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
I'm at least checking her body.
Yep. Check the body. Check the house. I guess I'll go check the house then. Guy like kind of goes to leave, but then doubles back.
I'm gonna help Guy.
He's gonna
Bunch
go
of
check the house.
This
And also
huge
burn
cloud
the
of crows come flying in. And they descend upon Nanny and start pulling her to pieces, ripping the flesh off of her bones. Just making this huge mess, just devouring her. And as they leave, you see There's nothing left but empty clothing and a pouch.
Oh, I'll check the pouch.
Okay, 1 second, please.
Fingers crossed on bag of holding, but not gonna hold my breath.
That would be cool then.
I'm consulting my notes at the moment.
DM speak for rolling on random loot table.
Inside the bag, you find one singular pearl, and it has a slight shininess to it, I guess you could say. Shimmering nature to it.
Luminescence?
Perhaps.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna slip that in my pocket for further examination. Does it by any chance look like a creepy old woman eyeball?
No, it's not.
Okay, thank you. With hags, you never know. They put weird stuff in their pockets.
In the sack, you find a couple finger bones as well.
Yeah, I would expect that. She was probably saving them for snacks.
Finger fry.
Finger food. Okay, in the tent, you will find something else.
Wait. It's a tent?
Or sorry,
Is it a tent
hut.
or a hut?
It's a hut,
Okay, so
sorry.
it has like a wooden door?
Yes.
Alright, I just wanna break the door in. I don't wanna kick it open. I want to pick it off the hinges. Yeah.
Just
human breaching charge.
Yeah.
I want to cast, or I get my action is breach. There's a table in front of you. First off, there's a heart of something on the table, still beating.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it in any kind of container?
Nope, it's just sitting on a wooden table that is covered in blood and it is beating. Next,
Can
you
I
find
roll perception to see if there's any kind of body lying around?
Just you wait. There's more. That's just item 1 of I don't know how many. Okay, there's a knife with a very short blade that is made out of a bone, probably out of one of these, like an arm bone.
Okay.
There's a set of antlers on the table, and there is this paint all over the skull that it's still attached to, that makes it look very menacing. It's probably from a moose or something like that, as it's really big. In the center, there is a shape drawn out on the table, and there are candles at the points. And then there are several little vials of different colored liquids, one of them green and glowing, another one yellow, another one probably a light blue. But down on the floor, there's the remains of a person that is partially eaten.
Is said person missing their heart?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. First thing I want to do is I kind of want to grab the heart, put it back in the person.
Uh-huh.
Anything happen?
What are you talking about? Why do we have to go to the tent? And now you're trying to.
You don't need that no more.
So it doesn't bring him back or anything, even though it's still beating?
As you reach out to touch it, Cassandra grabs your shoulder, says, "Don't touch it."
Okay, not touching it.
Do not touch that. You don't know
Why?
what dark witchcraft could be at play here.
So just burn the place down?
Ooh, text magic. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
There is a dark and twisted magic that is looming over this place. You can just tell by all the clues left around. This woman was cannibalistic at one, doing some sort of witchcraft at the same time. In addition to her already very evil hag ways, there's also lots of feathers just everywhere. This was not just a hag. This was a hag raven. She was hence the crows coming back and devouring her body. It was almost as if the witchcraft that she used to use as her tool has now claimed her.
Anybody you know?
He says, sort of under his breath, "Ah! No! No ravens! Only crows! Ah!"
Telling me all Corvids don't know each other, that's ridiculous.
No, they do, but these ones are different. She may be a hag raven, but her minions were crows.
Okay.
Which
All advertising.
that doesn't need it doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to be.
Well, I don't see any of that because I'm out here playing with my shiny new bauble.
Yeah. Okay. So we burn this place to the ground then.
Oh! I forgot there was one more thing. In a little wooden holder, you see a horn, and this is not like the horn of a creature. It's an ornate horn, and it has a little strap on it, and there's a mouthpiece. You know what I mean by that?
But I'm not.
Yeah, like a horn
Like a trumpet.
you blow.
Mm-hmm.
What's it made out of?
Horn.
Okay, so it's
We should take a moment. We should take a
It
moment and
wasn't an
inspect
animal horn.
magic
by the
items
way.
over a little break.
I'm gonna take the horn.
Good
And
thinking.
then after our break, we should burn this place to the ground.
Yeah. I
I mean,
actually
there
have
are
to
other
go.
tents to loot, but still.
You have to go?
Yeah. So this seems like a pretty good place to actually. Oh wait, I didn't write down any of what you said.
Okay. Well, it is being recorded.
Okay.
Write down that you found the horn of blasting. Just because.
Start blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you that since since you're heading out. And then in the area you found some tools of a cannibal and probably a ritual like altar and 3 vials of different colored liquids, some of them glowing.
Always fun.
Blood on the table and a heart out of its body still beating. Oh, and a massive skull with antlers attached.
Can I try putting an arrow in the heart?
Sure.
I'm gonna ask Cassandra that first before I ask it.
Well, she says, I'm not going to stop you, but I don't know what it'll do.
Okay, never mind then. I'll just leave it enough alone. I was gonna try like like the same kind of thing for like putting down the boar and any like other animals. Like just put it out of his misery.
Well,
Is
so
what I was thinking, but I didn't think about like a magical chain reaction.
she gets curious. She said, well, I don't think anything bad's going to happen. I just don't know what's going to happen. And she casts frostbite on it instead, and the thing freezes. And then it slowly melts and the heart begins to beat again.
You know,
All
if
right.
I'm feeling froggy next session, I'll be there looking at it.
Well, sweet dreams, everybody. Good night.
Glad we ended on a positive note.
Uh-huh. At least we killed the witch.
Killer. Yep.
And 2 trolls.
2 trolls.
I mean, just from a murder hobo standpoint, we should be getting some XP.
You're gonna get a lot of XP.
And a weird snail.
So you killed.
And a flail snail.
You killed 2 hill giants, 1 boar, 1 flail snail, 1 hag, and 1 flesh golem.
The boar was already dead.
No, it was almost dead. It was mostly dead. I'll give you the credit for the hog.
So, man, I get some cool stuff at level 6, I think. So...
Fair enough.
What?
But also, it doesn't count.
So for doing all that great stuff, we can double the.
I'm gonna head out now. Good night, y'all.
Have a good one. Thanks, Eli. All right.
Guys.
Bye.
Good night.
All right. So for you other 2, I still want to tally up your XP here. So don't dip out quite yet. Let's see here. I thought it would be fun to have a session where y'all have to just fight a lot.
I think we were ready for one.
Yeah.
We hadn't done a big fight session in a while.
Oh man, you're gonna get a lot of XP.
I figured.
Oh man.
That's why when he was like, no, just leave the giant there, was like, no.
Oh man, I did not calculate this beforehand, and I should have.
That's what I like to hear, Dan. That's what I like to hear. I don't get anything at level 6, but I do get some upgrades for Tavok at level 7. He becomes medium and grows wings and can fly, baby.
This was something I wanted to do to kind of test the limits one more time and see if you die. I wanted to know if it would kill you, and apparently I cannot kill you.
Well, I think we got a lucky break when that giant rolled a natural 1 and you put it in a position to fall off the cliff.
This is true.
That was fortuitous. Or fortunate, at least.
I also really wanted you to fight the hag. I'm glad we did. That was fun.
Yeah.
Good
I
grief,
knew there
guy.
was no way if it was actually a hag we were going to be allowed to leave. I know Pedal's from the Feywild. He's absolutely going to be like, I'm not rolling the dice on a creepy old woman. I know what hags do to people. Like, no. Part of me was like, no, just don't say anything and leave, and one of the others will get eaten and you'll be fine.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh man. What have I done? Oh, what have I done?
That's what I like to hear. You know what I hear? The sweet, sweet sound of a level up before I... Come on, Dan.
Okay, in total, you guys, you made 6,850 XP today.
Nice.
Divide that by 3, and you all... What? Hang on, what? I must have done that wrong. Yeah, divide by 3. Oh, there we go. My order of operations was wrong. I was like, hang on, 8,000 divided by 3 is not 5,000. You all make 2,280 XP.
2,280.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hey, man.
I've never seen...
that almost level up.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea that I could drop so much XP in one day.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's not huge, but in my mind, that's huge.
I mean, it's like a quarter of the way to level 6, I think. Something like that. What? Well, no, so level 6 is from 6,500 to 14. So it's 7,500 experience needed to go from level 5 to level 6. So it's a little over, what, a quarter? So a little over a quarter.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Wow.
I sleep.
Oh, thank you for coming. I had a blast. I
Absolutely.
hope you did
Thank
too.
you for a great session.
Well, thank you for the feedback on that. I appreciate it.
That was